As COVID-19 cases continue to rise, the predictability of planning a major life event remains low. That's why experts say it's important to make sure you're protected financially before handing over deposits for that dream wedding. In a 2 Works For You Problem Solver Consumer Report, I looked into what you need to look out for in your venue contract before saying I do.
No matter what happens, we're still getting married, and then COVID happened.
An obstacle no person or future bride could have ever predicted. COVID-19 wreaking havoc on an industry that typically relies on months of planning.
We paid $1,000 in cash, and then everything was good. And so we went ahead and we got, the florist and the caterer and the hairstylist and got all the dresses for everybody.
Megan Beard and her fiance plan to tie the knot in October at the View at Hillside Barn in Sapulpa. However, the ongoing pandemic posed a risk to guests.
We thought we should just push it to make it safer for everyone, and so we did.
The couple decided to push back their wedding exactly 1 year from their original date, hoping to keep deposits in place. But their signed contract only allowed for a 6-month extension or a loss of their deposit.
That's a lot of money for us because we're just starting out and everything. So that was really hard. But they just weren't willing to work with us at all.
Sharon Holm, a Tulsa wedding planner, says knowing the details of your contract is crucial.
Communication is essential whenever you're planning a wedding, but 1,000% more during COVID.
Holm says couples need to make sure they have everything in writing when it comes to planning their big day. And the same goes for wedding venues or vendors. What's written in the contract is typically set in stone.
You need to make sure that you're abiding by the contract rules of how to cancel or postpone your wedding date.
She says with the uncertainty of the pandemic, some venues are willing to work with clients. However, deposits are also keeping these businesses afloat during a difficult time, which is why contracts are binding.
We all are in that same situation to where it's all revenue. So again, I feel like they're being as compassionate as possible. They understand that it's out of the bride and groom's control too, as far as if there is a rise in cases.
We did reach out to the View at Hillside Barn, who sent us this statement. It reads in part, "We are a small, family-owned business experiencing many of the same difficulties faced by all families in these times." It goes on to say, any couple wishing to reschedule their event outside of that 6-month window or cancel their event altogether is free to do so without any cancellation fees. However, in the case of reschedules outside of 6 months or cancellations, the deposits are non-refundable. Overall, wedding planner Sharon Holm has this advice.
So the main thing is remember your why. Why are you doing this? Why are you spending this money?
She says plan a wedding you're comfortable with based on the health of you and your guests. If you're on edge about the risk, look at postponing your wedding before signing a contract. Holmes says couples can also try to negotiate a contract that gives you flexibility financially, such as adding an addendum that refunds your deposit or extends your wedding date in a specific time frame. Again, do this before placing your signature on that dotted line.